very good afternoon and welcome back to Jeju Island, Korea for the first ever Jeju Grand Prix. We've got the final block coming up for you now, so let's take a quick look at some of the fights that we're going to be seeing in this afternoon's final block. We're going to start with the bronze medal matches. We'll do all of the bronze medal matches. We've just got the one mat to do. We've got 7 weight categories to bring you. We'll start with the under 48 kilo category, and the first of the bronze medal matches is Maria Cherniak of the Ukraine. She faces Kay Kraus of Germany. Just before we go through all of those, I'll just have a quick look and see what the category was like. The number 1 seed is Jong Bo Kyung. Well, she made it through to the final. The number 2 seed was Kay Kraus. We just heard that she's in the bronze medal match. She lost the semi-final to Japan's Yamagishi Emi, so it'll be an all-Asia matchup when Jong Bo Kyung faces Yamagishi Emi. My money is on Yamagishi there. The second of the bronze medal matches is Chung Jung-yeon of Korea. She faces Julia Figueroa of Spain. We'll move then on to the bronze medal matches in the under 60 kilo category, and we've got Ryo Kawabata of Japan facing Nansajagul Sirod. We'll follow that with Hwang Dong-kyu of Korea. He faces his teammate Hwang Tae-won in an all-Korea matchup. And then the under 52 kilo category, Andrea Kitsu of Romania will face Tetiana Levitska of the Ukraine. Follow that with Ha Ju-hei of Korea facing Larissa Florian of Romania. Then we'll have the under 66 kilo category matches. Dovdun Altansuk of Mongolia faces Yoon Tae-ho of Korea. That's in the under 66 kilo category. And then the second of those matches, Georgi Zantaraya of the Ukraine will face Colin Oates of Great Britain. We'll move then to the under 57 kilo category, and this has probably been the most interesting of the categories today. Karina Caprioriou will face Deguchi Krista in that final, but the bronze medal matches are Cha Yumi of Korea, which faces Giovanna Rogic of Serbia, and then Sung Ji-un of Korea faces Shoshana Hevondian of the Ukraine. In the under 73 kilo category, Lee Dong-suk of Korea faces Georgios Azoidis of Greece. And then it's Nikita Komtevosky of Russia. He'll face Dmitro Kanivets of the Ukraine. That's in the under 73 kilo category. The last of the categories we've got to bring you is the under 63 kilo category for women. And the bronze medal matches there are Park Jun of Korea. She's up against Baldorj Mungjunkimeg of Mongolia. And then Anna Bernholm of Sweden faces her teammate Mia Hermansson. So the 2 Swedes ending up having to face each other. Quick look at the finals. As I mentioned, well, we haven't looked at the 60 kilo final. Tsai Ming-yen of Chinese Taipei faces Kim Won-jin of Korea. It's an all-Japan final in the under 66 kilo category. Rokugo Yuhei of Japan faces Takaichi Kengo. And then in the under 73 kilo category, Kiyoshi Uematsu of Spain faces Sergei Drebo of the Ukraine. 48 kilos, Jong Bo Kyung and Yamagishi Emi. 52 kilos, Jung Un-jung of Korea faces Munkbata Bundma of Mongolia. Mentioned the under 57 kilo category, Karina Caprioriou and Deguchi Krista of Japan. And then the under 63 kilo category, Jung Da-woon of Korea faces her teammate Kim Seul-gi. Okay, that's the whole lineup with all the matches there. The first of the contest we're going to see is Marina Cherniak of the Ukraine. She faces Kay Kraus of Germany. It's Cherniak in the white judogi, Kraus in blue. Sit back and enjoy the action.
fighters here.
There's a look at the Jeju Halla Sports Complex. There are about 4 different arenas around here, all of various sizes, and looking at or catering to different sports. There's Cherniak on the left of your screen and Kraus on the right.
Ladies and gentlemen, the bronze medal fight in white, representing the Ukraine, the winner of the men's European Open this year, Marina Cherniak. And in blue, representing Germany, the silver medalist of the Rijeka Grand Prix, Kraus.
Two fighters are in the arena then. And we're underway with the first of the bronze medal matches. The Ukrainians have had good lightweights in the past. No surprise, therefore, that they can produce quality fighters, male and female as well. It's one of the countries that produces male and female. It's always worth looking out for countries like that. Brazil, Ukraine, Russia, France, Korea, Japan. Talking about producing them in numbers as well. The Netherlands, I suppose. Belgium have had a few, the British as well. They're in there. Kind of getting a bit thin then you really want big numbers. I think we've done the ones that can produce them in real numbers. You come then to the countries that have one side, either male or female, like Georgia, can produce lots of medal winners, but they're all men. China, loads of medal winners, but they're all women. Of course, Germany. Okay, Kraus is on the map, but plenty of good fighters from Germany, male and female. Got quite a good team at the moment. Andreas Tölzer has just retired. Ole Bischoff retired. Sven Marisch is still around, and now they've got a couple of other heavyweight men to take up the slack where Andreas Tölzer has left off. Dimitri Peters is around, Karl Richard Frey, Alice Conrad. Yeah, quite a few good fighters from Germany, and then of course the women. Kraus is the fighter who's picked up one penalty. Trying to go over across to the right side. Kraus almost able to come up with a counter and then just failing in the end. Kraus picks up a second penalty now. It's Kraus's method for collapsing that particular attack. When Cherniak goes across with the right arm and looks for the Osotogari, she just falls flat on her face. Doesn't appear to, well, it looks poor, but it's effective. Cherniak hasn't come up with a way of making Kraus pay for that rather unattractive way of dealing with the attack. Two penalties to Kraus, just over a minute left to go. She's going to need to find a way of getting on the scoreboard. Very good morning to everyone who's joining us from Europe. It could be breakfast time wherever you are. Might be getting the kids ready for school, like Dave Dunsford. Well, good luck, mate, with that one. Got your hands full. 40-odd seconds left to go here. Kraus, well, really been a bit clueless here. 3 penalties and not able to come up with an attack to trouble Cherniak. Cherniak, if truth be told, hasn't done a great deal herself. She's just been a little bit more careful, avoided picking up the penalties. Wasn't that clever then, because the referee spotted that overly defensive grip, picked up a single penalty. She just tapped her way through, upsetting Kraus's gripping, unsettling her a little bit, never really giving her time to gather herself and launch any kind of telling attack. A slightly disappointing end to this first bronze medal match. Well, not for Cherniak, she was delighted, wasn't she? But Kraus will be disappointed at not having given Cherniak a stiffer test. She'll have to go back and look at that and work out what it was she could have done to have gotten a little bit closer to the Ukrainian and perhaps prepare for when she faces her again, or at least when she faces a fighter along those lines. Here we are with some of the highlights, but given the score, not the greatest highlights package ever. Right, the next pair to come onto the mat, Chung Chun-yeon of Korea faces Julia Figueroa of Spain. And the reason I'm laughing is that the first thing that they showed on the highlights package was Kate Kraus picking up a Judo, which really upset the head sports director, Vladimir Barty, who was up on his feet to say, what you doing? That wasn't a highlight. I'm not quite sure if, you know, who picked that out, but slightly unfortunate. But as I say, there weren't that many highlights. Here we are then with the second of the bronze medal matches. Chung Chun-yeon of Korea in the white judogi, Julia Figueroa of Spain in blue. Chung really didn't have that difficult a day of it. She had a good first round win though against Alexandra Pop of Romania. Came up against Yamagishi Emi and was swept off the tatami in about 15 seconds. That was the quality of the under 48 kilo category, Yamagishi. You're going to see her in the final against Jong Bo Kyung a little bit later on. And then she had a fairly straightforward win against Chu of Chinese Taipei. And she's going to find it difficult now. Well, find it impossible now because initially it was Wazari, but they've changed that to a Nippon.
Winner and bronze medalist in blue, Spain, Julia Figueroa.
Figueroa was looking to take her forward at first. Maybe Sure Komigoshi, and then looked like Ojigari. I'll wait until I see the replay to be absolutely certain, but it's the initial attempt, and then left Ojigari for Ippon. Okay, that'll do. So bronze medals in the under 48 kilo category to Cherniak and Figueroa. We'll see them on the podium. Come now to the bronze medal matches in the under 60 kilo category for men. And we'll start with Kawabata Ryo of Japan, and he faces Nasan Jargal Sirod of Mongolia. There's the Mongolian, Nasan Jargal. Kawabata. Kawabata lost out to Hwang Tae-won of Korea in the quarterfinal. Whoops. Just went off the podium. The mat is on a podium. It's not a very tall one. Sort of half a meter, I suppose. No, not that tall. Well, maybe. Yeah, maybe just half a meter, I suppose. Kawabata called for a false attack, much to the delight of a small crowd of Mongolians in the audience. And he tries a left Ochigari as Kawabata moves around to his right, and then thinking about low left-sided Tatashi. That misses. Thinking of some kind of Satemi Waza as well. That also misses. And then a Samashi Waza that doesn't quite bring Kawabata down onto the scoring part of his body. They leave the contest area and the referee calls Mate. This is the miss from Kawabata. Still just the single Shido against the Japanese Kawabata in the white judogi. drifting off into that near left corner. Avoided getting caught. Nasanjagal just using his acrobatic skills to spin out of that. He's got the left hand down and kind of cartwheeled off it. No real trouble then. He's got to be brave enough to really go for it. He's shaped a few times to attack Kawabata, but for some reason he hasn't felt confident enough to give it everything that he's got. So just throwing that left leg out and not really committing the top half of the body. It's been a good outing for Nasanjagal, to be honest. Reasonable group of fighters in here. His teammate Dashtava Matufshin, Tsai Ming-yen, Kim Won-jin. It's not a bad little group. Stepped off two attacks. He just needs to be careful here, does Nasanjagal. Doesn't want to do anything silly. Misses there. Couldn't stretch the left leg out far enough. And he missed there as well. Wasn't a bad effort because that was a nice little counter coming in there from the Mongolian. A little over a minute now. Very little between these two. Kawabata attempting the Ashiwaza and Nasanjagal almost coming up with the counter. He's trying on that side again. Still without success. And here's an opportunity for Kawabata to try something on the ground, but he decides that there's not enough time and they stand up again. Kawabata couldn't quite bring that off. Good effort though. Doesn't really want to be there now, Kawabata. Nasanjagal doesn't mind. Needs to drop the hips as Nasanjagal doesn't want to give Kawabata the chance for the counter with the Uranagi. And he does! Right at the end, 9 seconds to go. Stuck the left leg in there. And a nice counter by the Japanese. Wow. Absolutely gutted there. All the hard work. Tactically, that is. But the big scoring technique from Kawabata Ryo of Japan, and he takes the first of the bronze medals in the under 60 kilo category. Well, we had to wait a while for it. all 4 minutes odd, almost 5 minutes. Just left his leg in there a little bit too long. A bit too far away with that Osoto effort. Oh, sorry, Ouchi effort. Ojigari attempted, left-sided, and just that little bit too far away. Gave Kawabata the chance. Right, we've got the second of the bronze medal matches now. Hwang Dong-kyu of Korea faces his teammate Hwang Tae-won. I don't think they're related.
Bronze medal 5 men under 60 kilo. Both fighters from Korea.
It's Hwang Dong-kyu in the white judogi and Hwang Dong.
In blue for Korea, the silver medalist of the GT Cup this year, Hwang Tae-won.
Hwang Dong-kyu in the white judogi, Hwang Tae-won in blue. Koreans are going to take 2 medals in this weight category. One will be bronze, guaranteed here. One of these fighters will take it. And then they'll take another medal in the final. Just not sure what color it will be. Hwang was guilty, well, sorry, Hwang Tae-won was guilty of avoiding to take a grip there. I'm going to have to use the full name, given that they've both got the same family name. Well, Hwang Tae-won settled on a throw, settled on a grip there, and he was immediately launching himself into that right-sided attack. It's just the one penalty against him. If he can avoid picking up any others, then that's the best policy. Try and keep the errors down to an absolute minimum, and then come up with a score. Not sure how that right hand got on the other side. He's moved it now. was the one effort from Hwang Tae-won. Apart from that, there hasn't been a great deal going on. Good grip from Hwang Dong-kyu, but can't use it yet. There's that grip on one side again. Almost came up with the Morote Seonagi. They ran out of mat space. Well, he looked a little bit desperate and almost got countered there. Yeah, he did. Oh. May have been a little bit generous. Could have been a Yuko. Just a little push down, really, rather than a full-blooded throw. Just managed to get him over, and they gave Yuko, but a little bit generous, I think. In any case, that's what's on the board. So we're inside the last minute, and Hwang Tae-won has got a bit of a job on his hands here. Was just countered for Wazari after he tried that low left-sided attack. And now he picks up a second penalty, this time for passivity. Hwang Dong-kyu picks up a penalty for stepping out of the area, but I don't think that's going to trouble him. Last chance then for Hwang Tae-won. Got to go now. That's it, I'm afraid. Couldn't find an opening against his teammate Hwang Dong-kyu, and that'll be it. Koreans take a medal in the under 60 kilo category, and it's Hwang Dong-kyu who takes that medal.
The bronze medalist in white for Korea, Hwang Dong-kyu.
So the Koreans' first medal of the afternoon. Didn't take one in the bronze medal matches in the under 48 kilo category, but they've managed to take one in the men's under 60s. And I think things are going to warm up for them now. I think they're going to have a whole bucket full. We've got the bronze medal matches in the under 52 kilo category, the first of which is Andreea Kitsu of Romania. She faces Tatiana Levitska of the Ukraine. It's Andreea Kitsu in the white judogi, Tatiana Levitska in blue. Lucen Wan in the crowd there, up in the stands. Was the Korean under 60 kilo fighter that they showed there. We'll have to dig him out. He competed at the Cadet World Championships in Miami earlier this year. Lucen Wan. not dissimilar in looks to Marina Cherniak. Two with a shock of blonde hair apiece. A little bit frantic, that first exchange. Neither fighter in complete control of it. Kitsu looking to attack. Levitska looking to fight off the attack, and maybe they'll settle now. Well, it was brave. Just out of position a little bit, the Ukrainian, and Kitsu's very strong around the hip area. Managed to block that. But Levitska was in a good position, leaning right forward. So it would have been difficult for Kitsu to take her back. It's probably the best bet. Anything around the hips is going to cause Levitska problems against Kitsu. Levitska again the first to attack, and then trying to follow it up left-sided. Ouch. Well, they're going to have a look at this one. Yeah, I agree. No Wazari. See, they go to ground there, and it's only when they go to ground does a roll in that direction begin. There was no roll in that direction when they were standing up. That's what's continuous. Something that is happening when you're standing up and then goes over on the ground. They didn't begin rolling in that direction until, see, it was blue taking white down and then white taking that over and rolling. So no score. Kitsu needed to initiate that in order for it to be a score. It was Levitska who was doing the attacking there. So no score. 2:20 odd left to go. Both fighters have settled now. The attacks are a little bit better. Trying to work something off the sleeves. They've run out of area, and the referee will call mate and bring them back to the middle. Levitska picks up a penalty. That'll put a little bit of pressure on with 1:34 to go. She attempted the Yoko Sutemiwaza there, got caught. It was a little bit too soon after picking up the penalty. She just panicked a bit unnecessarily. She didn't have to do that. There was plenty of time. It was a weak Yoko Sutemiwaza, and she ended up getting caught in Osaekomi. Kazuri Kezugatami from Kitsu is enough to bring about the Ukrainians' downfall. So it'll be a bronze medal to Andrea Kitsu. First of the bronze medal matches in the under 52 kilo category.
The winner in white, bronze medalist for Romania, Andrea Kitsu. The first medal here in Jeju for Romania. Once again, welcome to the very first.
Right, let's take a look at some of the highlights.
2013 KRP Korea Grand Prix. Next fight, the second bronze medal fight for women under 52 kilos.
Well, there's a chance for another medal for Romania here when Larissa Florian takes on Ha Ju-hee. So look at Ha Ju-hee of Korea in the white judogi and Larissa Florian of Romania in blue.
Bronze medal fight for women under 52 kilos. In white for Korea, Ha Ju-hee. And in blue for Romania, Larissa Florian.
There's a look at Larissa Florian. She defeated her teammate Andrea Kitsu this morning. Put Kitsu into the repechage. Florian then lost to Jung Eun-jung of Korea. That put her in this bronze medal contest against Ha Ju-hee. Here we go, second of the bronze medal matches then. Slightly taller of the two, the Romanian in the blue judogi. Got a nice upright stance normally. Probably got another hour's judo here because we've got the rest of the bronze medal matches to go through. They're all on one mat as well, so that'll be a while. Florian is on the mat with, sorry, on the scoreboard with Wazari after that Uchimata. That should settle any nerves that she may have. Just a little hook there, really. Lee in the chair. Yuko now. Florian beginning to open up. Talking about the 4 Olympic champions that the Koreans have got on their coaching staff, and Lee's one of them. Florian looking comfortable with 3 minutes and 12 seconds left to go. Yes, came up with the counter. Zari Awazetti upon as Florian rolls off the mat. Yeah, this is what we were chatting about earlier on. You look at the intention of Florian. If she goes over, she comes down heavily and she's attempting to turn her over. And she does in the end, right? It takes a little while, but she manages to get the turn. That's her intention. Zari's a good score.
The bronze medalist in blue from Romania,
Larissa Florian wins there. So Kitsu and Florian will be on the podium. Very happy with their day's work. Both fighters picking up bronze medals, and here are some highlights from that contest. We come now to the bronze medal matches in the under 66 kilo category, the first of which is Dovdon Altunsuk of Mongolia in the white judogi and Yoon Tae-ho of Korea in blue.
The first bronze medal fight for men under 66 kilo. In white for Mongolia, Dovdon Altunsuk, and in blue representing Korea, Yoon Tae-ho.
Altunsuk, probably the number 4 or 5 in Mongolia. Some of the countries have got incredible depth. They can send their number 4 or 5 and still take a medal at a reasonable Grand Prix level. Really amazing. When you think about it. I mean, 66 kilos ahead of Dovdan. Sanjasuran Miragcha. And Davadosh Temurkeleg puts Dovdon at the highest possible ranking in Mongolia at number 3, and I dare say that there are 2 or 3 others above him. So a really good indication of the depth of quality that Mongolia has. And I think you could say that for 60, 66 and 73. They've got a lot of good lightweights. Two 73 kilo fighters that you could mention. Hashbata Saganbata, he's here. And Sanjagal Niyamocher. I'll keep you busy, that pair. They really want to try and get both hands on. That would look a lot more attractive. Stefan Boda indicating to both fighters a negative gripping isn't what we want. Both fighters pick up penalties. Yoon had already picked up 1 penalty, so that's his second. Got a little bit desperate there, and now has fallen into the Osai Komi, but a nice turn from the Korean. Can he keep that? Yes, he can. Osai Komi himself. Great little turn, but is he strong enough to hold Dovdon? No, not quite. It's Osai Komi again. It's always harder the second time. Didn't get the head down low enough. Dovdon, like an escape artist. Well, they had the... No, it was Yuko only, because the second hold didn't count, because the first one had broken. So that's right. Just a Yuko to Yun. Nice little bit of action there. Livened things up in the arena at Jeju Halla. Two and a half minutes, or just a little bit longer to go. Here we go again. Yun leading by a single Yuko. He picked up 2 penalties, but he put a score on the board. Almost. Dovdon causing Yun some problems now. Yun's the one with the score on the board, though. Probably. Oh, he just bear hugged him there. No. Judo for the bear hug. So, Dovdon losing it. Losing his head there. And getting caught as well. You could see he lost his head, didn't he? Just lost his concentration a little bit. Decided to go for things unnecessarily. 2 minutes and 12 seconds. Loads of time left on the clock. Just a little bit of unnecessary panic. And Yun ends up throwing Dovdon, and Dovdon decides he's not up for shaking hands and bows and slopes off. Bronze medal to Yoon Tae-ho. Here are some highlights.
Coming next to second, bronze medal fight for medal number 66 kilo.
You see, I see what they're talking about with the Ippon. You can see it in slow motion that it wasn't. But when it's quick, it's lovely. Yeah, it's a good one. The more you slow it down, the more you can start belly aching, saying, oh, it wasn't flat and this and that and that. But there are some times when it just is. And that one, that was. Right, coming up next, the next of the bronze medal matches. Georgi Zantaraya of the Ukraine faces Colin Oates of Great Britain, and there is Colin Oates in the blue judogi. Obscuring the coach, as is Georgi Zantaraya. The coaches are coming in behind them. They'll take to their chairs. The two fighters will take to the mat. I like the look of this match. Could be interesting. No. Just needs to be a little bit more clever than that. It's going to be one Judo. So it's going to be tricky against Zantaraya. It's one of those fights where you fancy the longer Colin Oates is in it, the better it will be for him. Once Zantaraya's few tricks and flashy moves have been dealt with, you're left with the real material, and the longer that Oates is in there, the better it is for him. Just the one Judo against Oates at the moment. There's a chance to look positive, get an attack in. Missed with that, Satemi was a bit. It was better than the last one. It's beginning to settle now. So Zantaraya has gotten past the initial flurry. Just needs to be careful. Yeah, Oates to make sure that doesn't fall behind in the attack stakes. Just make sure that he gets one in. Doesn't want Zantaraya to go out now. Yeah, not the strongest of Satemi Waza attacks that you've ever seen. Gets away with it. If they feel that he's doing those to break the grips up, then he will get penalised. After the contest has gone, poised nicely. Now's a good time to come up with an attack. Just before he calls mate and calls you for passivity. Time to go now. Especially if you're going to hang on to one side for that long. Couldn't see him letting it go for much longer. Second penalty picked up by Colin Oates. Just a little bit off the pace there. Zantaraya won't want to take it this way. He'd like to obviously end up with a big technique. Oates is proving difficult, however, and that third one is the one that puts him right on the edge. Another one, and the contest will be gifted to Zantaraya, so Oates has really got to go for it here. Encouragement coming from Chris Bowles. He's in the coach's chair. A little over a minute left to go. Zantaraya felt a strong grip from Oates, decided to come up with his own attack, and that broke things up. Oates has got to come up with a big attack now. 3 penalties on the board. Santaraya looking the busier of the two, and he'll relish the chance of taking some time on the ground. Fingers causing some problems for Oates now. Single score would do it for him. Santaraya picks up a penalty. There's very little time left. No, he just escapes there. Just want one big attack. Might as well go for it here. Couldn't come up with one. 3 penalties against Oates is what's going to be sufficient for Georgi Santaraya to take the contest and to take this particular bronze medal.
This was the second bronze medal fight for men under 66 kilos. Winner and bronze medalist in white for the Ukraine, Georgi Santaraya.
Tough one, but it's Santaraya who's going to walk away with the bronze medal. Colin Oates, well, he'll pick up a 5th place. Let's look at some of the highlights from that particular contest.
Final block of the first day of the 2013 KRA Prix Jeju.
Coming up next, the bronze medal matches in the under 57 kilo category for women. We'll start with Cha Yumi of Korea. She faces Jovana Rogic of Serbia. Cha Yumi in the white judogi, Jovana Rogic in blue. That's how the pair line up.
Bronze medal fight for women under 57 kilos. In white for Korea, Cha Yumi. And in blue for Serbia, the bronze medalist of the Miami Grand Prix this year, Jovana Rogic.
First of the bronze medal matches then. Just trying to think which of the categories had the best quality in. Capriorio, Tremblay, Evondian, Kim Jandi Deguchi. It's probably it. Should have a good final. 2 bronze medal matches, well, they're all right, but nothing really to write home about. left-sided upon Seonage. The referee had already called Mate, however. Cha picks up a penalty for just wandering out of the area. Rogic now picking up a penalty. Getting plenty of instructions from the Korean coach. And that was well done. Maybe it was Ari. Thought that was a neat little technique there. You go with the score, and that's the lead for Rogic with 2:40 odd left to go. Rogic almost caught there, coming down on a front, so no score. Just a little bit off balanced. Cha not quite in a good enough position to put in a strong attack to turn it to her advantage. Rogic still leading, and yet more instructions from Kim Mi-jong. It's the Korean coach, former world and Olympic champion. As I said earlier on, the Koreans are full of Olympic champions in their coaching staff. 4 of them. 3 men and a woman. Rogic picked up a second penalty there. Now Cha having to defend on the arm. Can't see a great deal of progress there. Looks as though Cha's got that one well defended. Last half a minute then for Chow to come up with a tying or winning score. Haven't seen anything to suggest that she's got the beating of Rogic to this point, and there's very little time left now. Rogic will pick up a third penalty, but she put a score on the board earlier on, and that's going to be enough. 5 seconds left to go. Almost came up. Well, she will come up with another score there, yeah. Right at the end, the Makikomi will do. 2 Yukos. Finishes off Cha Yumi of Korea. It's Jovana Rogic of Serbia who takes the bronze medal here.
Winner, bronze medalist in blue for Serbia, Jovana Rogic. The bronze medalist of the Miami Grand Prix this year is a bronze medal at the 2013 KRA Korea Grand Prix Jeju. The next 5 will be...
Okay, let's have a look at some of the highlights from this contest. Coming up next, the second of the bronze medal matches. This time, Sung Ji-eun of Korea faces Shoshana Hevondian of the Ukraine. It's Sung in the white judogi, Hevondian in blue.
The bronze medal fight for women under 57 kilo. In white for Korea, Sung Ji-eun. And in blue for the Ukraine, Shoshana Hevondian.
Disappointment for the Koreans in this weight category. Kim Jun-dee was their big favourite for a medal. She was the number 2 seed here. She went out in the first round, losing to the Japanese teenager Deguchi Krista. Second time in a week she's lost to Deguchi. Because it's Thursday, so she would have lost to her on Saturday. You must be sick of seeing the sight of Deguchi Krista. And then we've just seen Cha Yumi lose out to Jovana Rogic. So this is the last hope for the Koreans to take a medal in this weight category. They've taken a medal already in the under 60 kilo category, the under 66 kilo category. A medal in the 48 kilo category. A medal in the 52 kilo category. But they could miss out here and in the under 73 kilo category. No doubt about the under 63 kilo category. It's an all Korean final, so this one and the under 73s are the tricky ones for the Koreans. They want a medal in every weight if they can. So they need this one. Evondian looking to keep the Koreans off the podium. Not quite enough to come up with a score there. Sung picks up a penalty, so both fighters penalised now. No score. And 2 minutes left to go. Well, the coaching duties this time are down to Lee Won-hee, Olympic world champion, won the World Championships in 2003 in Osaka in the under 73 kilo category, and then went on to win the World Championships in, the Olympic Games in Athens. Screams from the crowd for Yuko, but to no avail. Oh, yep. Yeah, okay. Came off the other side and enough to put a score on the board for Evondian. Missed with the Ojigari right-sided. Sung catches her this time, though. A nice follow-up, having missed. Just about got enough there for the score. There's the Oichin and stands back up right away on Osoto. Nice little combination. Just caught her breath and then she went. Split second before going in again. So the scores are tied up with 30-odd seconds left to go. They both had penalties and now they both got scores. Good little contest in the making here. Just got the right hand down. That right hand had been caught and the turn would have finished her off. Sung is on the up here. 20-odd seconds left to go. And then she goes over. Oh. Now the Osaikomi as tight as you like. Really wrapped it up. Just lost it. Something just went. And then over went Sung. So Hevondian takes that bronze medal, and that means that there won't be a place for Korea on the podium at in the under 57 kilo category. A bit of a hole in their plan there.
The second bronze medal in the women under 57 kilos category.
Looked as though it was getting away from her for a while. Came back with a good score. Come now to the bronze medal matches in the under 73 kilo category. Lee Dong-suk of Korea faces Georgios Azoidis of Greece. It's Lee in the white judogi, Azoidis in blue.
In the bronze medal fight in white for Korea, Lee Dong-suk. In blue for Greece, 3 times European Junior Champion, Georgios Azoidis.
As I said earlier, this is the one chance that the Koreans have got to win a medal in the under 73 kilo category. We just saw them miss out on a medal in the under 57 kilo category. They won't want that to happen again. Azoidis caught there. Mind you, he's a strong boy, and having been thrown for Wazari with the counter, he's got his man in Osaikomi. I think they've got the score on the wrong way. And if that is, then that would have been bad for the Osaikomi. What's going on here? Shimiwaza. No, he's... No, careful, he could go here. He could go. Yep, he's gone. You should just give him a little bit of time, you know, when that happens and you've seen that they've gone, just give it a bit of time. Yeah, see, they put that on the wrong side. That could have caused problems in the Osaikomi. It didn't mean it. It didn't work out in the end, but anyway, Lee takes it. So, a medal for Lee Dong-suk, and a bit of a slip there. The shimmy was up. Coming up next, the second of the bronze medal matches in the under 73 kilo category. Nikita Komedovsky of Russia faces Dmitro Kanivets of the Ukraine.
Bronze medal 5 for men under 73 kilo.
It's Homentovsky in the white judogi and Kanivets in blue.
Homentovsky. And in blue for the Ukraine, the bronze medalist of the Orenburg European Cup this year, Dmitry Kanivets.
Three bronze medal matches left, including this one. We've got the under 63 kilo category. Bronze medal matches after this. Let's see how we go with Homentovsky and Kanivets. Slightly off balance there, the Russian, and Ukrainian almost able to take him back. Kanivets, it is who picks up the passivity penalty. Second penalty picked up by Kanivets now. Loads of time on the clock though, so nothing to panic about. Homentovsky coming under some pressure with the gripping there. And in defense, took up an illegal grip, so the referee spotted that and he picked up the penalty. 2:20 left to go. Third penalty for Kanivets. Inside 3 minutes. Not the tidiest of work you'll ever see, I'm afraid, from the Ukrainian. Just letting things get away from him here. Mintovsky beating Kanivets to the attack as well, getting in there first. Really needs to get ahead of the Russian, at least in attacks. No, they've seen enough. That's it as far as the contest is concerned. Nikita Komintovsky of Russia takes the contest over Dmytro Kanivets of the Ukraine. Coming up next, the bronze medal matches in the under 63 kilo category for women. The first of which is Park Jun of Korea. She faces Baldorj Monjinkinmeg of Mongolia. It'll be Park Jun in the white judogi for Korea, Baldorj Monjinkinmeg in blue for Mongolia. There are the two fighters. Park on the left-hand side of your screen, Baldorj on the right. I think I'm going to go with Baldorj for this one.
In the bronze medal fight in white for Korea, Park Jeju. And in blue for Mongolia, bronze medalist at the World Championships this year, Baldorj Monjinkinmeg.
Well, after this, we've got one more bronze medal match, and then we'll have the gold medal matches. Let's see how this pair shape up, but really, Baldorj on paper should do this without too much trouble. Tried to turn her opponent in the other direction there, did Baldorj, but couldn't put together a nice attack. Footwork was there, but the rest of it wasn't. Misses out on that Osoto effort, and Park almost turns Baldorj. Park is the one who's come up with the score. Baldorj is the one who looks to be in a little bit of trouble here. Not a bad grip from Park, putting Baldorj under some pressure. And Baldorj looking for a way out there with that Setemiwaza. Really was never going to do anything with that. Just wanted to get off the attack that Park had launched. Uchimata from Baldorj, a little bit too far away. Comes another effort. Still can't come up with a tidy attack. Almost with the Setemiwaza counter there. Almost walked onto that. Baldorj in her desperation, if you like, to get that score back. Making a few errors, picks up a passivity warning. Footwork looks a little bit flat. Misses out with the Osodagari. That was the biggest effort that she's made so far. Eating up the clock here. A little less than half a minute left to go for all of the highly rated world ranking list number that Baldorj came in here with. Park has managed to see her off to this point anyway, and that was the last desperate lunge, I think. Yoko Setemiwaza attempt. Wasn't strong enough. Maybe time enough for one more. But it's Park who gets it in. And that'll do. Only 2 seconds left. Park clever enough to see off the challenge of Baldorj Ngunchenmeg, And it's the Korean Park Ji-yoon who takes the first of the bronze medals in the under 63 kilo category. You've got one more coming up after this. Let's have a look at some of the highlights from this particular contest.
Park Ji-yoon. The next bronze medal fight will bring us two judoka from Sweden. Second bronze medal fight for women under 63 kilos.
Here are the two contestants in the under 63 kilo category. Anna Bernholm and Mia Hermansson, the two Swedes, have to go head to head here.
Second bronze medal fight women under 63 kilograms in white.
Not the first time they've been up against each other.
It plays at the Baku grandstand this year. Anna Bernholm. And blue, also from Sweden, the winner of the Borås European Cup this year, Mia Hermansson.
Bernholm with the taped up head. I was talking about the way to separate them as far as recognize when you see them around, and they do look fairly similar. I mean, they're the same height and both have got long blonde hair, ponytails. They look pretty similar. As opposed to the Koreans, they probably look like twins out there. Especially from a distance, they same kind of length of hair and tall and leggy, both of them. It's just as well one of them's got a blue judogi on. It could be quite confusing. Yeah, that tape that Anna Bernholm has got round the head, that helps a little bit. And then we've got some Swedish fans watching on. Mid-morning in Sweden. Anna Bernholm has got a couple of stitches in the forehead, so she's just put a bit of protective bandaging on the wound and then had it taped up. No score yet, just the Judo against Hermansson at the moment for stepping out of the area, almost up onto the left hip and almost countered by Hermansson. The second time that Hermansson has been warned about stepping out of the area. Yeah, Yuko Kojigari. Over goes Hermansen, and Bernholm is on the board. Leads now. Just a little tap as Hermansen went over. 2:20 left to go. Can't quite get the turnover working. That was close. Hermansen brings Bernholm down with the Tanio Toshi. And that levels things as far as the scores are concerned. That was lovely. So close. Couldn't hang on to the top half. Footwork again from Bernholm, just upsetting Hermansen, and she manages to turn off as she's on her way down. 2 Shidos that she picked up earlier on are all that separate them now. Turnover. Couldn't keep it. Goes again. This time it looks a little bit better. Still can't manage to trap Hermansen on her back and keep her there. Just managing the turnover though. Just the legs. Take the left leg. Take the left leg as low down as you can. And trap that. Maybe Hermansen's legs are too long. A wry smile from Bernholm as Hermansen escapes. 13 seconds left to go. Just a little bit of tidying up on the cut, or the bandaging anyway. Tries to go around the back again for the Tanio Toshi. It doesn't come off, but a good effort from both the Swedes. They go the distance. But it's Mia Hermansen who has picked up the 2 penalties. Bernholm it is who takes the bronze medal.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the last bronze medal fight.
Right, we've got some highlights for you, and when we come back, we're going to bring you all the action from the gold medal matches. Stay with us for more live action from the 2013 KRA Korea Grand Prix here in Jeju.
3 minutes to go. Two minutes to go. Just 1 minute to go. Ladies and gentlemen, dear judo friends, welcome to Jeju, Korea.
Well, it's going to be a little bit later than 7 o'clock, isn't it?
Korea Grand Prix. The first final will be for women under 48 kilos.
Well, it all depends how quickly the finals take. Not a lot of ippons in that bronze medal section. Could be a little bit quicker here. We've got 7 contests in total to bring you.
The International Judo Federation IJF, the Korea Judo Association, and all of its sponsors welcome you to the first final of the day. Final for women under 48
Right,
kilos.
the first final of the day, the under 48 kilo category. Jongbo Kyung of Korea faces Yamagishi Emi of Japan. You got to put your money on Yamagishi. She's the one with the experience, the high quality wins as well. Okay, Jong's at home, but I don't see that, you know, it's not that big advantage. It's not as though there's a massive crowd in here cheering her on and with an atmosphere that would be intimidating for someone like Yamagishi. That's not the case. I think the younger fighter will be the one who feels a little bit of the pressure. There's the tiny doll-like figure of Yamagishi. Mind you, Jong's not that big, or is she? What's Yamagishi done all day? 3 fights so far. This is the 4th. All 3 by ippon. She hasn't been on the mat for more than a minute and a half all day. Yamagishi. Jeong, on the other hand, 3 fights, 2 ippons. Owazari, 2 yuka. So she's been busy. Went the distance once against Cao Wei Ting. Oh. Surprised about that one. Cao taking Jeong the distance. Almost countered there, Jeong. Came in with the Seonagi. Yamagishi almost coming up with the counter and then going left-sided, but it was a weak effort. Never troubled the Korean. Yeah, Yamagishi trying to open up there, and now a chance on the ground. Osaekomi. She rolled out of that, and now she's trouble on the arm here. Nope, slipped out of that one as well. She can work the turnover from here. Still no scorers yet. Well, now Jeong picks up the penalty for passivity. Yamagishi losing her contact lens. Crowd trying to get behind Jeong just as she comes under attack from Yamagishi with some Ashiwaza, and now the attempted turnover. Jeong managing to block that. She's quite strong. Quite a strong little fighter, Jeong. A few seconds left, just that one Shido that Jeong picked up. Penalty for a force attack as well. Right at the end, Yamagishi comes up with a Yuko.
This was the final for women under 48 kilos. Winner and gold medalist in blue for Japan, Yamagishi Emi.
Yamagishi it is, who takes the first gold medal. Jeong has to settle for silver.
The second final of the day will be for men under 60 kilograms. The final for men under 60 kilograms. In white, for Chinese Taipei, the winner of the Taipei Open this year, Tsai Ming-yen. In blue, for
Final of the under 60 kilo category. Tsai Ming-yen of Chinese Taipei faces Kim Won-jin of Korea. It's Tsai in the white judogi, Kim in blue. Tsai is the fighter who's picked up the penalty. Just the one penalty against Sai at the moment. 2:40 odd left to go. Almost came off the other side there. Chance for the Osai Komi here if Kim can free his foot. He does. And now Osai Komi like to control a little bit of the lower half of the body as well. And that'll make the crowd happy. The gold medal on the opening day. Yamagishi may have defeated Jeong, but Kim manages to defeat Tsai to bring the Koreans the first gold medal at this Grand Prix here in Jeju.
Winner in blue, Korea, Kim Mo-ji.
Well, I think we've got the medal ceremony in the under 48 kilo category now. Two finals out of the way. We've got 5 more to bring you.
From the first award ceremony of the day, women under 48 kilos. The award ceremony for women under 48 kilograms. The medals will be presented by the Korean Olympic Committee President, Mr. Kim Yong-kan. Bronze medalist for Spain, Julia Figueroa, and for the Ukraine, Marina Cherniak.
Bronze medals go to Julia Figueroa of Spain and Marina Cherniak of the Ukraine.
Silver medalist for Korea, Yeon Bo-kyung.
Silver medal goes to Jeong Bo-kyung of Korea.
The gold medalist for Japan, Yamagishi Emi.
The gold medal goes to Yamagishi Emi of Japan.
The prize money is presented by the Korean Judo Association Vice President, Mr. Kim Jin-do.
Just time to tell you that on the 21st of December we'll bring you live action of the European Club Championships. Don't forget that one. That'll be the last broadcast of the year. This is the last IJF event of the year, but we've still got the European Club Championships live from Paris to bring you a whole host of top draw clubs taking part. There are 15 clubs for women and I think the same sort of number, about, no, 20 clubs for men, including Levallois, Saint-Geneviève, Orléans, Abensberg, Kenamju, Sambo 70 and Yavaraneva Galatasaray. So quite a few of the big clubs in there. I want to make sure you don't miss out on that.
stand up for the national anthem of Japan.
And now the national anthem of Japan.
Thank you very much. Now our presenters will pose together with the best judoka in this category. Women under 48 kilos. Ready for the next final. Final for women under 52 kilos.
We come now to the final of the under 52 kilo category for women. Jung Eun-jun of Korea faces Munkbata Bundma of Mongolia. It'll be Jung in the white judogi and Munkbata in blue.
Korea, Jung Eun-jun. In blue for Mongolia, Munkbata Bundma.
Second shot in the crowd there of the young Korean under 60 kilo fighter Ryu Seung-won. He's quite a talent on his way up through the cadets. Won't be long before we see him in the juniors, I bet. Useful little fighter. There is Jung. And there is Munkbata. Been around for a while now. The Mongolian. Munkbata missing with that attempted Sutemi waza. Gonna need a little bit of attention after Munkbata took a whack to the mouth there, so a little bit of blood there. We're back underway after that short break. Jung coming down heavily there. Batar coming up with the score. Yeah, Wazari even heavier than originally thought. Uchigari left-sided. Jung just stepping off that. Sotogari, but Batar turned out of that. Made it an awkward position. Yeah, came down heavily, didn't she? Goes over again. .250 odd. No score this time. Wrapped up the sleeves. Couldn't come up with a score. Koichi Gake from Munkbatar, putting more pressure on Jung. And Ash picks up a penalty for passivity to add to her worries. 2:20 odd left to go. Good lead here for the Mongolian, not the best position. Jung coming up with a good grip that put Munkbatar under some pressure. Trying to stay there, doesn't want to roll. She has. Osai Komi just wants to keep the head a little bit higher up if she can. Managed to avoid getting caught for too long in the Osai Komi. Problem for Jung is that she hasn't been able to come up with any really telling attacks. A bit of positioning and once in a while launching something, but nothing to really trouble Munkbatar. So there's the grip. A little bit of an Ouchigari and then she steps out. A little bit of an Osotogari, steps out. Nothing really punchy from Jung and Jun. But will pick up another penalty, this time for a false attack. If I'm not mistaken, it was a false attack before, goes over this time for Ouchigari, but she turns onto her front. Manages to avoid being scored on. Little over a minute. Was that the Gaki effort from Munkbatar, almost coming up with a score. Well, Munkbata may pick up another Judo here, but she's the one leading by Wazari. 20-odd seconds left to go. She picks up a third penalty. Has to face up. But then she puts her opponent over for Wazari. Awazeti Ipon. Slightly untidy ending. Chung became a little bit desperate there and throwing herself into it. Ended up getting caught.
The winner, in blue, for Mongolia, Munkbata, 1 pound. The next award ceremony will be for men under 60 kilograms.
We come now to the awarding ceremony for the men's under 60 kilo category. There are some highlights, first of all, from the under 52 kilo category final.
Awarding ceremony for men under 60 kilograms. The medals are presented by the President of the World Taekwondo Federation, Mr. Choi Choo-won. Bronze medalist for Korea, Won Dong-kyu, and for Japan, Kawabata Ryo.
Bronze medals go to Kawabata Ryo of Japan and Hwang Dong-kyu of Korea.
Silver medalist for Chinese Taipei, Tsai Ming-yen.
Silver medal goes to Tsai Ming-yen of Chinese Taipei. But the gold medal goes to Kim Won-jin of Korea.
The prize money will be presented by the Vice President of the Korea Judo Association, Mr. Jeo Kyutai. The flowers will be presented by the regional president of the Korea Judo Association, Mr. Kim Young-ho. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please all rise for the national anthem of Korea. the national anthem of Korea for the champion Kim Won-ji. Teacher with the all presenters and the best judo this consecutive. The next final, ready, man under 66 kilos.
We come now to the final of the under 66 kilo category for men. Rokugo Yuhei of Japan faces Takeichi Kengo. His teammates are the two Japanese face off against each other in this under 66 kilo category final. Rokugo slightly taller than his teammate, not by much. Tries the Sutemi Waza to open things up. Doesn't come off. Takeichi spinning off that. Shimata couldn't quite finish off. Yuko just about managing to get his man over, adding to his lead now. Wazari and Yuko on the board. Yes, really well done. Felt that coming, took control of it, and brought his man down for Rippon. It's a slightly subdued end to that particular final, given the fact that it's an all Japanese affair.
For Japan is Rokubo Yuge.
Well, we've got the awarding ceremony for the under 52 kilo category coming up. Stay with us, we've got some highlights from this particular contest.
Awarding ceremony for women under 52 kilograms. The medals are presented by the President of the International Judo Federation and the Sport Accord, Mr. Marius Pisa. Bronze medalist for Romania, Larissa Floria, and for Romania, Andrea Kitsu.
Bronze medals in the under 52 kilo category went to the two Romanians, Andrea Kitsu and Larissa Florian.
Silver medalist for Korea, Yoon Eun-jung.
Silver medal went to Jung Un-jung of Korea.
Gold medalist
And the
for
bronze medal
Mongolia,
was won by Munkbata Bundma of Mongolia.
The prize money will be presented by the Vice President of the Korean Judo Association, Mr. Lee Yong-se. The flowers are presented by the Chairman of our Yong-se, Mr. Kim Ji-kyung. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please all rise for the national anthem of Mongolia. The national anthem of Mongolia for the winner, Munkbata Bundma. Picture with all presenters aged on this category. The next final will be the final for women under 57 kilos.
We come now to the final of the under 57 kilo category for women, probably the best of the finals on paper. We have the Olympic silver medalist Corina Capriori of Romania, and she faces the fast developing newcomer from Japan, the Gucci Krista. Into the arena comes first the youngster, then the high school student from Japan, the Gucci Krista in the blue judogi. Another stiff test for the youngster. This time she's going to face Corina Caprioriu of Romania, as just mentioned by the stadium announcer, the silver medalist from the Olympic Games last summer, well, 2012 anyway. She's already defeated Miriam Roper, #1 seed at the Grand Slam in Tokyo last week. World champion, current world champion, Rafaela Silva. She's well on her way to seeing off a few people and scores Wazario already right away. Opens up with the Sutemi Waza. Double foot Tomoenage it looked like. You get the replay. Both feet going in there, I think, in the end to see her over. Just the one there, and then the second one lifting over. Okay. Mazari's on the board. And there's another. Another score comes up. Yuko this time, I like that better. That was the finish for me. But 2 scores for De Krista. She's beginning to... She's liking the look of this. This is the Tomoenage. We'll see the second one in a moment. Ashiwaza from De Krista on Capriori. The best thing that Capriori can do is to try and slow things down, just take a bit of time, get back into this. There's so much time left on there, almost 4 minutes. Those 2 scores happened in the first minute. Don't want to get steamrolled here. Gone over twice already. Take a bit of time to gather yourself. She's the experienced fighter. There goes the Tomoenage again. Capriorio felt that one coming and managed to block that. Gone over twice already to the youngster. Passivity penalty picked up by Capriorio as she gathers herself. Looking to launch her own attacks now. Misses with that right-sided Seonagi effort. Second one also goes begging. A little over 3 minutes left to go. That was the second score. Yep, that was close. Taguchi missing with her own Seonagi effort. Good grip there from the youngster. Almost coming up with the counter. She's got good awareness for a young fighter. Capriori has managed to slow things down. Hasn't given up another score since those 2 early scores. Nice turn. Good pressure. Puts the right things together. Just a little bit of strength missing in the upper body. Shoulders maybe. Arms. Just the fight off the stronger, more physical opponents when she gets them. Rafaela Silva, Miriam Roper, those sorts of people. But it'll come, I suppose. Pavia, another one who causes some problems. Capriolo picks up second penalty, this time for stepping out. Minute 40 odd. Caprioli attempting her own Setemiwaza, but Deguchi up to defending it. Bit of protection on the right knee, I think. She goes with the Setemiwaza again, but she didn't have the left arm. That was the thing that was controlling Capriorio as she went over last time, or making it difficult for her to get off the technique. A little over a minute left to go. Interesting little contest. No Shimiwaza there, though. It's going to go across the chin. Shimiwaza was used to good effect earlier by Deguchi. And another Ochigari, that'll do this time. 3 scores for the kid as she sees off the Olympic silver medalist without really looking as though she broke sweat. That's not bad. That's not bad. Well, what a week it's been for her, because she won the medal on Saturday in Tokyo, and here it's Thursday. It's not even a week. Look at the names that she's chalking up on the list. Beat the world champion last week, beats the Olympic silver medalist here. She's putting them away. Well, she was value for money. Well worth watching. If only because she's a high school student, you know, just to see how she gets on. Right, there are some highlights, and we're going to get ready for the awarding ceremony in a couple of minutes, when we'll bring you the awarding ceremony for the men's under 66 kilo category.
Awarding ceremony for men under 66 kilo. The medals will be presented by the President of the Judo Union of Asia, Mr. Olaid Amansi. Bronze medalist for the Ukraine, Yogi Sandaraya, and for Korea, Yoon Tae-ho. Silver medalist for Japan, Takeishi Kengo. Gold medalist for Japan, Rakugo Yugen. The prize money is presented by the Vice President of the Korean Judo Association, Mr. Yoon Tae-ho. The flowers are presented by the Regional President of the Korean Judo Association, Mr. Hwang Ki-chul. kindly request you to stand up for the national anthem of Japan.
And now the national anthem of Japan.
Thank you very much. That's the national anthem of Japan for the winner, Rokurie. He's here with Oxby Centers and the best judoka in the man under 66 kilo category. Next final for
We come now to the final in the under 73 kilo category. Kiyoshi Uematsu of Spain first faces Sergei Drebo of the Ukraine. It's Kiyoshi Uematsu in the white judogi, Sergei Drebo in blue.
In the final, in white for Spain, the bronze medalist of the Miami Grand Prix this year, Kiyoshi Uematsu. And in blue for the Ukraine, fifth place at the Tashkent Grand Prix 2013, Sergei Drebo.
We're underway with the last of the men's finals. We've got one more final to bring you. That's in the under 63 kilo category for women. An all Korean match up, that one. Matsu having one more stab at qualifying and going to an Olympic Games. Nice looking fighter. Very stylish. Drebo almost got involved in turning him over there. So it's a good day. Sergei Drebo. Azoidis, Kovacevic and An Jong-hwan in the first round. All fell to the Ukrainian. Uematsu defeated Kanivets, Lee of Korea and Madeira of Portugal. Sorry, Madeira of Mozambique, beg your pardon. Madeira of Mozambique. 3:20 odd left to go. Drebo picked up a penalty and now Uematsu joins him. Well, it's been a real battle between this pair for a dominant grip, and neither of them have been able to come up with a telling attack. Matsu picks up the penalty for passivity. He obviously had one cancelled before then because he'd given him one, but they must have taken it back. So both fighters have picked up one penalty here. Minute 40 odd left to go. See, for me, that I haven't come here to see that. Two guys just pulling at each other. The whole idea of the penalties for breaking up the grips without being positive was to sort this out, so it didn't happen. Need to check the scoreboard for something. I'm not quite sure what it is.
Silver medalist for Korea, Kim Seung-yi. Gold medalist for Korea, Young Da-won. The prize money is presented by the regional president of the Korean Judo Association, Mr. Kim Da-yong. The flowers will be presented by the IJF referee director, Mr. Ben Achilles. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we kindly request you to stand up for the national anthem of Korea. That was the national anthem of Korea for the winner. Now the last picture of the day with presenters and judoka, women under 63 kilos. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the International Judo Federation, on behalf of the Korean Judo Association and all of the sponsors, thank you very much for your attention. Don't forget that tomorrow will start 10 a.m. with the first flight of the second day of the 2013 KRA Korea Grand Prix Jeju.